So what's a 1031 exchange in real estate? In this video, we're going to find out. So a 1031 exchange in real estate is a tax deferment strategy that allows an investor to defer paying capital gains taxes on an investment property when it is sold, as long as another like-kind property is purchased by the investor with the profit gained by the sale of the first property, and in accordance with certain rules and within a certain period of time, they've completed the purchase of the second property. So basically what's happening in a 1031 is an investor is selling one property and purchasing another like-kind property in short order, and following certain rules and completing the purchase of the second property within a certain time frame. Now look, a 1031 exchange, this tax deferment process, is an incredibly complicated process. And one false move and you're going to find out later in time you're not going to enjoy the tax savings that you intend to make. So in my career, in transactions that are 1031s, the person doing the 1031 always has a 1031 exchange agent, a full-time professional who does this for a living, assisting them with the process to make sure that they're doing everything in accordance with the law to benefit by what the whole process is set up to afford them, which is, a savings on their taxes. So even experienced investors work with a 1031 exchange agent when doing a 1031. So what does this mean in terms of the real estate transaction? So if I'm a listing broker for a property in Cambridge or Somerville, and a buyer's agent brings me an offer on the listing and says that their buyer client's doing a 1031, it's actually a good thing, because it means that the buyer has the money from the first sale. And I just completed a sale where I was the listing agent. The buyer's agent brought me an offer from her buyer client doing a 1031, and it was a clean offer. There was no mortgage contingency because that buyer had the money from the first sale and was ready to pounce on a new purchase because they're doing a 1031 and they're on a clock and they've got to find a replacement property to purchase. And so, look, if you're a seller and you get an offer from someone doing a 1031, it's usually a really good thing. They have the money, they're ready to go. And because they're on a clock and they have to complete a purchase, there's a high likelihood they're going to stay in the deal and complete it and get to closing. In fact, in my career, over 20 plus years, when I've been the listing agent, I've just never seen a buyer doing a 1031 exit the deal. They are committed. They want to get into a new property on a timeline and get those capital gains taxes saved. And then when I'm working with buyer clients doing 1031s, they're on a clock. They've got to find something within a time frame. And so, they are motivated buyers. They are really motivated. They're going to find something and make it happen because they're really wanting to enjoy the tax savings and stay on the 1031 timeline that's required of them. It's typically 180 days they have to play with, but it's a motivated buyer. So look, at the end of the day, there may be some additional forms that parties in a 1031 exchange have to sign on both sides of the deal. This is not a big deal. Both sides in Massachusetts have real estate attorneys to offer guidance in this regard as the transaction moves from offer to closing. And it's the case that 1031 buyers are motivated to buy, and those sellers who get a 1031 exchange offer are typically looking at a golden goose, because the buyer is motivated to see the transaction through. And generally speaking, they already have the money from the first sale in hand and they're ready to go. So I hope this is helpful. My name is Charles Cherney. I'm a top agent serving buyers and sellers in Cambridge and Somerville, have been involved in a number of 1031 deals over the last 20 plus years. So reach out if I can be of assistance to you as you seek to buy the right home or sell for the best price, or simply seek to understand better the market, your home, and the community. Take care.